Hi, I'm Pamela Strum and really excited to be here today with my beautiful soul fire sister. And together we do a lot of energy healing work in addition to doing things separately. But today we're together because we have a subject that we're really excited about. And Nicole?
Hi, everybody. My name is Nicole Brown, and I'm a quantum energy healer, twin flame guide, and absolutely honored to be in this space with you and my beloved soul fire sister, Pamela. It's truly exciting because we have joined our forces together to support you and the work that we do together. So we're here today to discuss this beautiful, powerful 888 gateway Trinity to infinity that is upon us. Pamela, do you wish to share?
Yeah. So some of you might be thinking, okay, I don't know even what that means. And every month when the numbers are double, so January 1st, 1 February 2nd, 2 3 4 4, there are opportunities to access energy, more powerful energy. So every year, just giving the background, Nicole, to our audience, every year on August 8th is what is commonly called, a portal. But you and I really experienced it as a gateway. And this year is extra, extra special. Some of you might be feeling the energy already. So on August 8th of this year, so 8-8, but the year 2024 adds up to the number 8, 2 plus 4. So 888. And so it triples the energy. And when, Nicole and I have been playing around with this energy already, and so it's a trinity, and there's that notion of a sacred trinity, but it's 3 8s. And what are the 8s but an infinity symbol? So the power of this time is stronger than it normally is in an experience. And there's so much going on where we can utilize this energy to our advantage. So I know you've been feeling it, Nicole, as have I.
Oh my goodness, yes. And something that feels significantly different about this particular 8-8 gateway, it aside from it being a triple 888 gateway, is that this feels like an opening, like a doorway has opened up for us that is inviting us to walk through it. And it feels like this doorway is that doorway to our new earth timeline, to our soul aligned life, to our soul aligned purpose and soul aligned mission. And so in other times past, we might have experienced the 8-8 portal as like an opening that like contracted and expanded or opened and closed. But this 888 gateway, Trinity to infinity, is like an opening that like a doorway that has just opened up for us to really beckon us home to our soul mission, soul purpose, to the new earth timeline. And so it doesn't feel like this is going to close. It feels like this is just fully open now for us to really help us come into divine inner alignment.
Yeah, I really appreciate when we were discussing this time and this energy where you were tuning into it as a gateway, an opening that stays open, because I think what's happening now um, is with so many people becoming more aware and tuning into themselves, their own energy, and working on maybe integrating their spiritual aspect with their human aspect, their human experience, instead of thinking of it as separate, or, I have to die to experience myself in a spiritual way, where the reality is that we never die. But if our bodies are expanding, our consciousness is expanding, this energy is being supported by so many people at this time. And it's here for us to really access. When you were talking about it as a gateway, it was giving that notion of an above and below of the figure eight, above and below. But instead of closing, there's this free flow. And in coming into this energy during this time, as we're getting closer and closer to the 8-8 date, it's as if we're expanding ourselves to feel more of our divine aspect. We can really feel, and as humans now, right here now, expanding our consciousness so that we feel ourselves in our expression as our divine aspect, as our God self, as our higher self, however you phrase it, that expanded aspect of ourself that's really aware of the energy and ourselves as energy beings.
I absolutely love how you have described that because there's such a powerful difference between knowing something and feeling and experiencing something. A difference between knowing that you're a divine source being, and actually feeling and having that embodied experience of being a divine source being. There's a complete difference there between the experiences of knowing versus feeling, and the embodiment of that feeling, that experience. So this is such a critical point in our ascension journey, a critical point in our spiritual expansion journey where we're fully able to have that experienced embodiment of ourself as divine source beings. What is our divine source being except for pure abundance, right? Abundant love, abundant compassion, abundant joy, an infinite, abundant, pure nature. And so here we are, like being given this beautiful opportunity to come into that divine embodied experience, where we perceive ourselves in truth and celebrate ourselves as divine source creator beings here and now. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, I do think it's exciting. And the fact that you're talking about the purity of the energy, because what's happening now, there's so much that's coming up now for people in the collective, for everyone. And it seems like there's a lot of unknown, or it seems like there's a lot of fear. And I truly believe that this time, when you talk about experiencing yourself on a spiritual level, if you were to truly experience the energy and that purity, it is, you would feel so supported in being who you are, in all that you are, in the highest way, in the highest expression. And so we're being invited to focus on ourselves, to be the best version of ourselves. And how, like Nicole, like, how do you want your world to look? How do you want your life to look? And this energy opens up to help heal where we have been stuck from accessing those parts of ourselves, to really live that way and embody that way. And so here we are, so much is going on across the world, and it is a real point of freedom to let it flow. So what might be looked at as an 8 really is felt as the infinity. And what what is your opinion or perspective in accessing that energy? How do we go about, even how does the regular person, here people are doing energy work, but what about even someone who hasn't been doing energy work or tuned in? How might they start to utilize this energy?
That's such a great question, Pamela, because really the truth of the matter is that we are all working within this energy right now. It's impacting our planet. It's impacting the collective. It's impacting us from the micro to the macro levels. And for somebody who is not aware of, for somebody who's maybe not spiritually awake or spiritually aware and doing their inner work right now, this energy is stirring everything up in the system to be purged, everything that is not in alignment with love, everything that is out of alignment with our pure infinite nature as a divine source being, right? And so that's being purged out of everyone's systems right now. And so for those of us that are spiritually aware and have, been doing like our spiritual work, we have an opportunity to move with this energy and play with it with a little bit more ease,
Yes.
and so we may still also have stuff coming up and clearing out of our system, but we're used to this process. So we're, and also those of us who have been preparing for this time that we're in now are also opening up more fully to that, to our abundant nature, right? And so I feel like for somebody who, I feel like it's really important for all of us in order to work with this energy to really just connect into the heart, to bring our focus back to the heart over and over again, regardless of the chaos that is all around us, regardless of things that are falling away, the shakeups that we might be experiencing in our personal lives, in our collective lives on the planetary level, regardless of everything that our reality is bringing up to be witnessed, the best thing we can do to support ourselves is always go back into the heart, return yourself back into your heart, and really focus on your heart, on love, on safety, on trust. So, Pamela.
Oh, well, I say the same thing all the time. It's really always going back to your heart and also expressing gratitude, because when you do that, that connects you to form unity with others and peace, and it really brings it close home. And I do want to mention with for people who are wondering about the fact, like, why 8/8 just on that day. It can be any day, really, but it's, if you think of numbers as symbols, and in this situation, it's symbolizing energy that's available. So it's triple, and a lot of like science and math is based on this bi wave. And so, this bi wave, but really it brings in another dimension to have another 8. And that's what makes it like a tri-wave. So for those of you who like to really approach it from a mathematical or science point of view, but what I'm saying here is that there is this power to the fact that it is the 3/8. So to just make it easier um, to do to experience yourself in a real profound way, where all that's been stuck loosens out and goes into flow. And then, as you said, you come right into that heart space. And so you and I were talking about how can we be in service to people? How might people who our audience wish to experience this energy? It's something that you could very well do on your own. And I know something that I say all the time that you actually do as well is to get out in nature. So there's very practical things you can do, because that energy seems really in flow, more pure. But we were talking about joining together and even leading a version of sort of a healing and meditation and going deeper with this energy, if it's something that our audience members are interested in. I thought you might want to share with everyone what our ideas happen to be.
Absolutely. We're so excited to be in this time that we're in now and be able to facilitate the support for those who are called to receive it, and also for ourselves, right? And so So we're feeling into this energy, and we're feeling it as this opening to oneness and this restoration of oneness. Oneness with the planet, oneness with source, and oneness with our divine aspect, and that completing the Trinity. And so Pamela shared something beautiful, that she was seeing this as an anchoring in of a connection, a reconnection happening, like a deep connection happening with the heart of our divine aspect, and anchoring that into the heart of our beloved Mother Earth. And so it's like that embodiment of our divine aspect. And I'm also seeing this as an opportunity for us to really align ourselves with the new Earth timeline. So we've had these competing timelines of the fallen timeline and then the new Earth timeline. And this gateway is kind of like a crossing point where we're able to align ourselves with the new Earth timeline, and the fallen timeline is kind of going like this, and we're branching off. And so we're like right here in this point where now we have been given an opportunity to choose really fully this new Earth timeline. And of course, the new Earth timeline is the anchoring in of heaven on earth. It's the soul aligned life, the soul purpose. So, but there's like this stickiness where the timelines are wanting, like where we're still attached to this false timeline. And so we're seeing like in this healing that we're able to like clear that stickiness so that we're prevented from going back again to the false timeline, and really being solidly rooted and anchored in the new Earth timeline that is here now, and really being, opened up at this gateway, this 888 Trinity 2 Infinity Gateway.
Yeah, I love the way that you just described it. And then when you're using this hand gesture of like this divergent energy, because it seems like it's so in our face all the time, well, from what's going on the outside. But the reality is, as you went like this, it's like, yeah, because it's sort of peeling off and it's giving its like last hurrah. And yet it feels strong because we've been sort of locked into this lower frequency structure, but with this opening, with this gateway, we have access to the highest expression, and to keep it open. So even if someone feels like, oh, well, I'm already busy on that day, and am I going to have time to tune in? Just tune into your heart and take some deep breaths and set the intention to really tune in and open up, because it feels like we are truly experiencing ourselves in that higher frequency energy. And so for those of you who wish to join us, we haven't actually picked a time yet, so you can tune in and to how would people reach out to us, Nicole? I guess we'll put it here. We're going to put it underneath this video for sure. But how else? I think if anyone belongs to your email list or my email list, and to reach out to us that way.
Or Pamela and Nicole at gmail.com. They can send us an email. So we'll definitely have the link posted. We're going to be holding a group healing live transmission on 8/8. The time is to be announced. We're really going in flow with the time on this, and we wish to honor our global, like our clients that sign up, internationally. We're here in the States, so in Eastern Standard Time. But yes, you can reach out to us through our email at pamelaandnicole@gmail.com, or the link that will be posted with this video.
Yeah, and Nicole, I think it's what's so beautiful too is when so we want to help people doing the work that we do, but for absolutely everyone, when you have those moments of yourself when you feel your best, when you have those moments that you feel so joyous, what about being able to hold those moments more, in the sense that that's how we predominantly, I think, is our divine right to live that way, as opposed to falling into these notions of despair or fear. And so here we are. Absolutely, now is a great, great opportunity. So I we wish for all of you to be aware of it. And for those of you who are called to join us, we're going to go deep. And there's a little bit of a workshop aspect to it, meaning we're going to share with you more of what's behind the 888 specifically, but also do a powerful healing. And thank you for reminding me about people are welcome to join our email list and contact us that way.
Absolutely. And as you were sharing about, the importance or how good it would feel to live more in that embodied experience of divine unconditional love and joy and peace and unity, I was also feeling that return of our power, like our power as creators, like, that we are here with the power to create and change our realities, that we're all doing this collectively. And so, regardless of what is being fed to us through outside sources, when we can return back to the oneness, return back to center, we're also in divine recognition of our power and authority as creator beings here and now, right? And our power to create. So it is also that return to power. And so I am so excited
Me
about all
too.
that.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
All
And
right.
thank all of you for joining us who have listened, and I hope you're as excited about this time as we are.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.